like that. And then, see, if I had a phone call that said so-and-so's done this, I cannot, me personally, run with it as a host without solid evidence.
Oh, of course. And you know what? I'm normally the same as that, about receipts. It's only because, from my logic, this came out when she was 5. So she hasn't done it now. She done it when she was 5. It came out. And a 5-year-old wouldn't make up such sexual stuff.
What I'm saying is, what did the police say? Because we would have gone to the police.
Basically, by the time the 5-year-old came out, because first of all, her behaviour started to change. That's what people noticed, and by the time she finally said something at the age of 5, it was too late to get any biological evidence. So because there was no evidence, nothing could happen with Wendy Wu, basically.
So can I respond to Paul?
Can I say one more thing before I forget? But do you have evidence that it went to the police and all of that?
That's what we're getting now. I'm going purely on speaking to the victim herself. I mean, if you could hear her, Ange, she is a mess.
I get what you're saying, Observer, but listen, I know that also people, I'm not saying this person's a liar, don't get me wrong. I know people that would lie.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Better, or whatever it may be, do you know what I mean? They would actually lie.
Hang on a minute, let me address your comments. Paris, listen, I came in here, it's all over the app, so I'm not coming in here to gossip about it. I came in here to put Lady Di straight, because the first thing she said is, I have got some drama for you. No, this isn't drama.
Angie said, what's been happening.
Yes, he said
now, what other way can you talk about something like that? It's drama, Paul.
It's not drama. No, it's not. No,
Having
it's
said
not.
that,
No, it's
he's not a very nice kind.
EQ and misread.
So
listen,
have a bit of respect and don't speak to me like that again. Got it? And by the way, why are you on here? Because the last time you had Angie's, you were spreading Angie all over the app saying, that Angie runs a very homophobic life.
I knew this was coming. I'll respond to you, love. Are you going to take a breath and let me respond?
Don't speak to me like that young man.
First of all, I'm 40 years old, but thanks for calling me young. Second of all, I knew that was coming up. Listen, I had my opinions on Angie. I also rang her privately and said, listen, I didn't mean to disrespect you. I just had my opinions on certain situations. That doesn't mean I don't like Ange. For one thing. Second of all, it's
none of your goddamn business. You told me you could stand Paul, so which is it? You do or you don't? You do or you don't? Which is it, Paul?
I'm still replying. Second of all, it's got nothing to do with you. Third of all, Angie said the app's been boring, which is when you then responded and went, I have got a bit of drama that happened overnight. No, it's not drama. Misread and EQ arguing, that's drama, A 5-year-old getting abused is not drama.
Can I just say,
that's an awareness.
I've got to just butt in, because and this is not to argue with you, but you keep saying abused. Now we don't know if this victim has been abused. We don't know that, because that's why we have a court, we have the police, we have all of that, we have a judge, we have a jury service, we have all of that. For that's where it should be, where they say this person is guilty, this person is innocent. We cannot do it on a social media platform without solid evidence.
Unfortunately, Ange, it already come on.
The thing is, what I'm trying to say is some information could be wrong. Like, for example, say you come live and you want to, one sec, AJ, you want to do an awareness on someone, you might actually say some wrong information that might not be true. That will be damaging towards Wendy Wu, even though I do not like the woman. I just feel that it's quite mud sticks. It's very damaging an accusation without any solid evidence. We're not the jury, we're not the police. We can't just sit there and say, okay, because you've spoken to the victim, they're telling the truth. If they're telling the truth,
I get it.
One second, let me ask you something. If they're telling the truth, the police would have taken that further, right?
This has only just come out last night, Ange. We're contacting them today. We're talking to them today, the people involved, and we're seeing what we can get from them.
Actually, when I said the police would have taken that further, I just remembered you said she was 5. But there's no evidence of her even going to the police at 5. At 5 years old. You don't even have any evidence that even happened.
I'm waiting for the evidence, but it wasn't just Wendy arrested. It was both. It was the mother and Wendy was arrested.
Okay, well, that's also hearsay.
Well, it's coming out of their own mouths, though.
They don't even have evidence that she was arrested.
It's coming out of their own mouths, Ange. They're saying it about themselves. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Wendy Wu has said she's been arrested.
No, Wendy Wu hasn't. The mother has. The mother said she and Wendy Wu was both
What I'm trying to say
arrested.
to you, observer, you do not know the personal vendetta she may have towards Wendy. She might hate her mum. She might have disowned her mum for whatever reason. I thought, I'm going to come on social media and really destroy her life. You just don't know the ins and outs of their relationship.
Of course, and I get that. I get that.
I feel like it's like if someone had put an accusation towards you, observer, I would say the same thing, or show me the evidence, or shut up. I don't feel any of this should be coming on social media because, number one, you could get information wrong, which is damaging. Number two, mud does stick. And number three, there could be goddamn lying about it all.
Yeah. Well, I'm not being funny, Ange, but when everyone found out about Curtis, everyone was jumping on the bandwagon, calling her a
She came out with herself. Wendy came out with herself, so did he.
Yeah, but there was no evidence on that either. She didn't provide one bit of evidence.
Observer, yeah, but the thing is, it was evidence because it came out of his mouth, yeah, which was the boyfriend, and it came out of her mouth as well. And there wasn't, apparently there was an, I think, was it an article or something? I can't remember.
So it come out the victim's mouth then. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. When you've got the victim themselves saying it, that's when I will believe it. Listen, I can't describe it because you weren't on the phone call, so I get it, right? And what you're saying is right. It is right, yeah? And just to answer someone in the comments, I didn't get myself involved. This was given to me. They came to me, along with a few other people. Yeah, so I didn't just...
Why didn't they come 4 days ago? Because Wendy's been on here for a while.
Because there's been, well... I won't go into all of it, but as far as where it comes to the actual victim, who's 15 now, she has tried multiple times to unalive herself. She's not in a good way mentally.
Yeah,
she is on...
Okay, and maybe that's the truth, and that's bad. It's sad. Listen, if she's been through that, yeah, absolutely, I'm totally on your side if she has been through that and feels that way.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, observer. There are people that do lie, make up personal vendetta, whatever it may be, yeah? And they will even say, I've tried to unalive myself. Because that's what they do, is pull on your heartstrings. I'm not saying she's a liar, but people would say the worst of the worst. And you'll say, oh my God, this must be true. What, because she wants to unalive herself? You don't know whether that's true.
No, I know, and I understand that. I get it. I do get it. And believe me, we are talking to these people off the app to get all the relevant...
That's why I'm saying you've got to leave with the police and the judge and you know, that's why we have that, you know, because, you know, I'm a believer of innocent until proven guilty. Right, and if been found guilty in the eyes of the law, to me this is just all hearsay because there's not even evidence of it, you know.
Of course, but the only and I would ordinarily be the same. The only thing that's different for me this time is because this came out when she was 5, and no child at 5 years old would make this stuff.
I know, but you don't know that she's lying about that. She's 15 now, yeah? With her
no, there is witnesses to that. There is witnesses because...
her mother and her daughter's 15, so they had a conversation with you. So what I'm saying...
Yeah, I know, Ange, but the trouble is, she didn't come out to her mother about this at 15. The first person that knew about this was a third party that was part of like a...
All I'm saying is the whole story could be shit. The whole story could be made up. Where they, you know what they do? You know what some people do? Please don't think I'm victim shaming because I don't know, yeah? What sometimes they do is say, it happened when I was 5. I want to unalive myself. All of these kind of things are pulling on your heartstrings. Like, oh my God, you're not going to lie about that. But you'll be surprised what people lie about. Could be personal vendetta.
Oh, listen, if she was older, I would agree.
Her mum,
yeah.
Right? This woman obviously hates her mum. There's something, you know, and I can understand if that happened, why. But it could be just the fact that she hates her, she wants to really tarnish her. We just don't know. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's got to be left to the police. And that's why we have the court.
It has gone to the police. There's about 4 different people now. No, there's 4 people now that have gone to the police about it as a historical crime. So it is being done that way. But what I want you to tell you is ordinarily I'd be the same. But I'm sorry, a 5-year-old wouldn't make this stuff up. Maybe if they were older, 17, 18, 16.
But observer, you're not getting my point. You're not getting what I'm saying. She's not 15. She's 15 now. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, how do you know she hasn't lied to you and said it happened when I was 5, and she could be a complete...
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because there's third parties that aren't related and wasn't involved personally that she confessed this to at the age of 5.
Not evidence. Confession is not evidence. Yes, you can confess to something, but without evidence, you're not going to be found guilty. You know, that's not evidence. I can say, listen, I could have a problem with the observer and say, oh, observer did this to me when I was 6. Say if you're old, obviously. I mean, you know what I mean?
I do get you. I do get you. You know, this came to me, so...
Some people actually confess to crimes they haven't even committed. Do you believe? Yeah, honestly, I read about it a while back. I can't believe it, you know, when they're traumatised and things. But
yeah.
going off
Yeah.
topic a little bit, but what I'm saying is that a confession is not evidence. Is not evidence.
No, and I get that. But yeah, like I said, it was just the fact of the age and all the rest of it. And if you could hear her on the phone, I mean, if she's lying, then she needs an Oscar. Because let me tell
I'm
you.
surprised at how convincing some people are. I'm not saying she's lying. Don't get me wrong. She could be telling the truth. But me personally, I wouldn't run with something because you just don't know whether it's true or not. And then Wendy Wu could have a case against you for running.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, this is
found guilty. So because she hasn't been found guilty, you're running with something that is very damaging.
the thing is, it was coming out on the app anyway. There was a lot of people that knew, and I thought, well, we need to get out in front of it and say what really happened instead of people making it up. So it was a case of, well, we might as well put what we know as the truth out.
And you know this is her daughter, Wendy's daughter, that you were on the phone to, her granddaughter and that?
Sorry, do I know her?
Do you know that was her granddaughter you're speaking to?
Yes. Yeah. And her mum, yeah.
And
No, we
can I
don't.
ask you how you know it's them?
Because Wendy's confirmed who the mum, I believe you said the name, who the mum was in the past before this happened.
Did she say on social media?
Well, yeah, in her live on a box.
This is what I'm saying. So she basically, Wendy Wu has gone live and told the names of her granddaughter and her daughter, right?
Oh, yeah, she's done that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is she's gone live with it and told everyone the name of her granddaughter and the name of her daughter. So that could be anyone. That's a troll that's actually phoning you, pretending to be that daughter and granddaughter. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you've got to leave it just with the police.
No, I know what you're saying. No, but
You don't even know if
Wendy-
that's really them.
Yeah, I do, because Wendy and this mother, right, have spoke to each other on the app. So I know that is the mother of the grandchild. I know that. That's 100% facts. It's not questionable. Anyway, I have had a message. I'm going to have to drop down because I've been told to.
You know what they'll observe, some people are found innocent in court, you know that.
Yeah, of course.
So you don't
Of
know
course.
if she's innocent, and there's a reason why she's making this accusation's been against towards her. That's why we shouldn't be. We're basically saying she's guilty before she's been found guilty. You know what I mean?
There is a lot of stuff, though. It's not just the one thing. But I get what you're saying, and like I said, ordinarily I'd be exactly the same.
Yeah, it's all hearsay you're listening to.
Not all
I mean,
of
if
it.
the police, if they
And
went to
delete that post with my name on, because I
No, I
wasn't
will
saying
not,
anything
Fiona.
anybody
No, I
else
won't.
weren't saying.
No, I
Everybody
won't.
else was saying the same. And in fact, people are saying that they think that you're sick in the comments and that you've
Well,
just...
they can say that because they don't know nothing, do
Before
they?
everybody
How
else
is
brought it to
talking
the
about something bad sick?
You just ran with it because you wanted the clout for it.
That's absolute crap. That's what clout have I got? I don't go live.
All I'm just saying, observers, it's like the police. The police, they won't go by hearsay. Why? Because they're the policemen, you know what I mean? It's social media. You can't run with something. You just can't.
Everyone runs with something on here, and that's not what I'm doing, but that is what happens.
Not as damaging as that, though.
Well, it is.
Well, actually, they do. You're right, they do.
Yeah. But
Just been listening to this. This is crazy. Like, just a couple of questions for you, Observer. Like, you've just told me you're a 40-year-old man. Who are you? You're not a therapist. You're not a policeman.
have I ever
Have you
said
actually-
I am?
Have you gone to the police? Have you gone to the police? Have you personally gone to the police about this? Because somebody's come to you about child A, and you've decided to speak to that 15-year-old about her child
Right,
A
hang on a minute. That's
instead
where
of
you're
going to
wrong.
the
That's
police.
where you're
Child
wrong.
fraud.
That's
who
thick,
he is.
man. You're a 40-year-old man.
PC
Who are you?
fraud.
Who are you?
Have you been to the
Said
police?
my
The first
age
thing I would
times.
do,
What's the
if somebody
point?
come to me about child SA, the first thing I would do, I'm not a police officer, go to the police and I would call the police myself. What have you done? Try to make it all on TikTok?
No,
You're sick.
not at
You're
all.
a weirdo. An absolute weirdo. And like,
I think
It's already gone to the police, your mouth.
have you gone to the police?
AJ, I think
Exactly.
the victim's mother was on the phone as well, so she's dealing with it. Apparently.
Exactly. And it wasn't me personally.
I'm
speaking
thinking,
to her.
I'm 30. If somebody come to me with SA,
No,
would I then speak
congratulations,
to a
though.
15-year-old child about her personal SA? No, I wouldn't. I'm not a
I didn't
therapist. I'm not a
personally
police
speak to
officer.
her. A
You're
very
a
close
weirdo,
friend
mate.
did
You
of mine
just
who I
said
told-
you was on the phone and you spoke to her and
Excuse
her
me,
mother.
a nurse who is my friend, who's very close to me, who I trust 100%, who's female, spoke to her, yeah? spoke to her. It wasn't me directly, but it might.
You spoke to her and her mother.
What did you say, Ziana?
Said you trusted Wendy Wu last week.
Listen, we've all trusted people we shouldn't, yeah? And the thing is, I'm the first person that came forward and said, listen, I was wrong about this person, yeah? So don't come at me with that. We all trust people.
You said you all trusted people you shouldn't, so why send us to some nurse that you think you know when you should?
Oh my God, because it's a personal friend off of the app.
Yeah, but you should just took it to a professional.
Have you gone to the police, Observer, about
I haven't, no, but a few people have.
Why haven't you? You're an
Because
adult,
I
you're a
don't run to
40-year-old
police
man.
and all of that.
You're a
That's not what I
40-year-old
do.
man, and somebody has
Oh
come
my
to
God,
you
what's 40
about a
got to do with it, you
five-year-old
bloody idiot?
because you should know better due to your
Well, you
age.
should know better than coming in here being a dickhead as a 30-year-old
Can I
man.
just say something though, Observer? Now, when the reason I'm not speaking to Wendy, right, and I had nothing to do with it, is because her foster son, right? Now, it's not a real foster son, but that's what she calls them, right? So that she met.
Rainbow's in the comments who spoke to that girl, yeah?
Okay,
Rainbow's in there.
One sec. Yeah, and he went back to that boyfriend of his that has images on his phone that Wendy spoke on, right? And he went back to him. You know, he's a peddler, and that's why I have nothing to do with Wendy, right? And even though it's nothing to do with her. Yeah, I'm not going to associate with someone that still has that person in her box, and she did have him in the box. But you knew all about that, Observer. Now, we're talking about someone that went back to a pedlo, yeah, which is Wendy's foster son.
Yeah, Curtis went back to the pedlo. Wendy didn't go back to a pedlo.
No, but she's still associated with him.
Listen, it wasn't as straightforward as it was made out to be. Yes, okay, she still had a bit of contact with him on here, on TikTok. He was in the box now and again, blah, blah, blah. You know, I have had it out with her over it, and it is what it is. You know, we all know what happened with that. You know, and
But Observer, why did you associate with Wendy after she's still associated with that guy?
Because she explained to me how she felt about the situation, how she felt about him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not one of these that will just, you know, throw someone away. If she had been involved in it, yes, that's different. Absolutely. I would never have even associated one bit, and I would have outed her. But
No. Sorry. You associate with a woman that associates with a man that got back together with his boyfriend.
Yeah, but she didn't associate with him like you're saying. You know, it wasn't.
I played the video. She got in the box and said, Curtis, what'd she say? Curtis, you know, regardless of what you've done, I'll still love you.
Well, you know, and I have had it out
It's
with
not
her.
even a son, guys. It's not even a son. It's not even a foster son. She just calls him that.
Listen, I found out about the foster son bit after. I was always under the impression he was her foster son. I've recently found out that she's never fostered a child in her life.
No, she just calls him. No, it's just a saying. She just calls him foster
Yeah,
son.
I didn't know that. I thought she was an official foster person. I didn't know that till just recently, last couple of days. I thought she really was a foster parent. But she's not. She hasn't even been on a foster list.
Well, you must not listen properly then, because that was brought up the last time.
Shut up, you. I've got no time for you, Ziana.
If I'm being honest,
Report out on everything they say.
yeah, if I'm being honest, you give us just as much creep vibes as Wendy
Oh,
would.
and you can piss off and all your fucking no life.
No, I'm being
got a clue
serious.
about the
I
story.
mean, you know, listen,
being
Observer.
serious.
Bottom line is, I think it's very damaging. Although I do not like Wendy, and yes, she should associate with that guy to make an accusation of essay. When this woman just come out last night, why didn't she come out before about it? You know what I mean? It's a bit odd to me. Not saying it didn't happen, but we, like AJ said, you know, we're not the police, we're not a courtroom. You know, that's the reason we've got a justice system, right? Innocent until proven guilty. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be on social media.
Of course. But we know it ain't like that, though, innit? We know it's not like that. It should be, but it's not.
Because of people like you.
Yeah, but
No,
just
it's not,
ask
Angie.
yourself-
Angie, listen, you've said and done things that you shouldn't be doing either, you know?
I
So
don't run
come
with
at me like
I
that.
don't run
Yeah.
with accusations without solid evidence.
Exactly, you got to ask yourself, as a 40-year-old man, why would you
Followed
do
him on
that?
accident. I didn't kick him, did I? Did I follow him? I don't know what happened.
Well, what did you do?
I was trying to block my name out the comments because everyone kept putting my name.
Oh, no, you got a warning.
But I followed him now. I need to unfollow him.
Creepy as fuck, that.
Oh, listen, I don't know. Listen, all I'm saying is you can't come on here with false. I'm not saying it's false, sorry, but with damaging accusations. It should be with the police. We're not the jury. We're not a courtroom. You know what I mean? We can have an opinions once it's gone to court, absolutely. But that, you know, innocent until proven guilty and all that. We don't know if it's just a lie, if they have a personal vendetta. Where's a confession is not evidence. It's all hearsay, isn't it? Do you know what I mean, AJ? Like, AJ, can you imagine if you've been accused of something on here, yeah? I'd say the same thing. Well, where's your evidence? Oh, what? Because she said it, he did it. No.
Yeah. And do you love how we come up with all the high and mighty trying to put Lady Di in a box, saying you're making it into a TikTok thing when he is the one that turned it into a massive TikTok thing anyway?
I maybe used to know.
You know what's discussing these accusations, right? I mean, it's like when my dad was alive. He used to go on about it all the time. It's like seeing a man sitting on a bench. It might be near like a children play area, and because he's sitting on the bench reading his newspaper, he's a peddler. Do you know how many times I've heard that? My mum's the worst for it, and her friends. I'll be walking around the park and see this weird guy. I bet he's a peddler. Oh, for God's sake, he's walking around the park. You know, I mean, because he's on his own, he must be one of those. You know, it just needs to stop. Don't bring shit like this to TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. My mum was the worst for it, not that long.
Sorry, Ange, I've totally lost my temper with him because I might use the wrong phrase, I don't know. I didn't mean any harm by it.
No, listen, it's fine. I know what you mean. Hey, Jay.
All I can say is people need to leave this to the police and the child protection people.
Exactly.
That's what they're trained for.
Yeah, they are running around having lives on it. I don't understand it, Jojo.
Absolutely disgusting.
And do you know what's sad about it? Because it's been brought on the app, and you know how things can blow up on the app. I didn't really take it too seriously because I've got to the point where it just goes crazy from one day to the next.
It's a serious matter, isn't it? It's a serious matter. Not for TikTok's an entertainment platform, not for drama. It's not for drama, that.
You know,
I just felt like Paul was gunning for someone then, and it just happened. I knew you was good. You don't know what I was going to do. You don't know me.
But that person was in Wendy Woo's box all the time.
He was friends with her for a long, long time when everybody stood back and dropped away because of, you know, the accusations around.
And that bit there, what he just said, I only knew about that being, not her being actually adopting him the last couple of days. Do not lie, because that was brought up the last time it was brought up that she never actually adopted him. How do you think Ange knows?
Yeah.
No,
he was in that argument then, so he definitely knew.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know them crimes? If somebody's accused of that, let's say an historical crime, and then it's brought back up again 20 years later, will the police automatically investigate it again?
Yes, if there's evidence there.
Oh, if there's new evidence?
If there's evidence there, yes.
What about if it's the same as evidence as there was?
Depends what it is, AJ.
Right.
Someone says Box Rainbow. She's not in here, guys.
And don't ask me how I know AJ, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying, so there's no reason people can just go to the police and report it themselves again. Hi, somebody's come to me.
It just needs to be left with the police.
Exactly. I don't understand.
Jojo, I think he said it went to the police when she was, or he, I don't know, was 5 years old. Well, and the police didn't do anything. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know what happened. But however, it doesn't mean that you can 10 years later then decide to just come out on social media about it without any evidence and expect people to run with it. I'm a host. I could get into trouble for that. Yeah. What if I thought, like you, AJ, if there's such an accusation like this about you, okay, and I decided to run with it with no evidence, right? What if I got some information wrong? Or what if you decide to run a live yourself because I decided to run with it? Do you know what I mean? Exactly. How would that make you feel? Do you know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. It needs to be left with the police and child protection.
Exactly. It shouldn't be brought on here at all. And I know Wendy has come off. She's gone to the police apparently about this. Now, listen, it could be true. It might not. I don't know.
I don't
know, and Dave, but none of us need to know. It's to do with that person and whoever.
I would only want to know if there was a conviction. If there was a conviction and we have evidence of that, absolutely, they should not be on here.
Can I just address some of the comments, Ange, just around Wendy Wu? Can I just say that I went in Wendy Wu's live for about 6 weeks from start to finish. And the moment that I've got grandchildren, and the moment that accusation came about, we dropped back, and I've never been in since. So that's all.
Someone just says, Ange, did you see that that this week a man who's done 40 years in prison has been released, says he's innocent? I don't know anything about that, but you know, there are charities and they are amazing, because I'm really about false accusations and all of this, where some people, well, there's a lot of people that should be in prison, there's innocent, especially I say men, that are serving time in prison that are innocent, and there's these amazing charities, and they do actually work for no fee or anything to try and get these people out of jail.
Yeah, that is a good case to look at, Ange.
I'm just thinking that I'd like to do it, put that on social media, a case. Obviously, I've got to be careful what I run with, do you know what I mean? Because you just don't know, because everyone's innocent in prison, right? You know, but to actually really look into a case and think, oh, was this person actually really innocent? And actually spread awareness about the men that are in prison that, you know, shouldn't be. Yeah. But guys, women as well. I say men because it's majority
men, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I just think it's very sad that people think this is, you know, that they need to bring this here.
Yeah.
I was looking at something the other week on the back of one of your lives. You was doing a live about what's it called when somebody can look up your record to do with like if you've committed crimes.
DWB.
What's the list though? What's it called? You can go to the police officer and you've got a partner.
Claire's Law?
Claire's Law. Yeah. I learned that there's no convicted. Anybody can make an accusation against you, and that's going to be on your name for life. Even if it's a lie. I could call the police and say, Angela's done A, B, and C. I could be a troll.
And you know why, AJ?
Then
Yeah, and you know when they're talking about Diedro, and I know there's a list of things, and I get he's wrong, and I do understand it. When they were like saying Claire's Law, when I researched into that, I was like, wow, okay, it's on Claire's Law, but however, it could just be for an accusation.
So what is the purpose? Look, I know there's a purpose of it. Obviously, there's a valid purpose, but anybody could say anything. And
I don't know if it's an accusation. I think you need to be convicted.
Is it though? I think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's accusation. I think it's convicted. But even if you're convicted, that's a conviction from the police. Yeah,
I think it is an accusation. I don't think it is. It just a conviction?
I think it's conviction, and like I say, even a conviction is just with the police. It hasn't actually gone to court. I think you can get on that Claire's Law.
I thought it was just an accusation.
No, I think but conviction is just like an accusation, though, AJ, because you can get convicted for something you haven't done because it hasn't gone to court. You haven't been proven.
Then what about if what about if it's gone through interview process and let's say the person was NFA'd, they're not being convicted, but it's not going no further due to A, B, and C. Yeah,
but then that's not a conviction, though, is it? I'm talking about if you've been convicted. If you're convicted, it won't be NFA, will it? You've been convicted. Oh, yeah, no further action. I get what you mean. Yeah, you're right. No further action.
I guess that's a bit of grey area, isn't it? Where it, like, miss and match. Scary, really.
Sorry, I don't mean conviction, I mean charged. I mean charged by the police. I don't mean conviction, Conviction is when you go to court, Sorry, guys, I meant
half the people on there think they're the TikTok court and TikTok police, don't they?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So if there's an investigation, even if there's not a conviction, that means it's gone through the interview process. You've sat in custody for how many hours, had your fingerprints, etc. That's going to be on your record, even though it could be based on a complete lie.
No, I think it's you've got to be charged. The police have got to charge you with the crime, but when you're charged, that goes to court, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I'm trying to say that even if you don't get charged, let's say you get interviewed, there's not enough evidence, it's NFA, there's no charge, that's still going to be attached to your name. So any of your future partners, that will be associated with you.
Yeah, because I looked this up, didn't I? And I'm sure it said accusation. Oh, I don't know now. Shall I have a look? I need to look now, find out. Criteria for, what is it, Claire's Law? It's Claire's Law. And Sarah's Law is the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's to do with he.
Yeah. Claire's Law here. What? So I wonder if it's the same with Sarah's Law then, because that was very damaging.
What's Sarah's law?
It's to do with kids.
That's to do with Sarah.
Well, I assume it would be the same then. And that would be even more.
It's to do with P, AJ.
Right. So, yeah, I could literally call the police on you today, Angela, and say you were A, B, and C. You would be arrested, interviewed, there would be no evidence, you would be released, NFA'd, but your future partner could do a Claire's Law, and that would be marked and discussed with your future partner, even though it was me, a troll, that said it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm going to
crazy.
have a look because I'm pretty sure it's not accusations. I think you've got to be convicted. The aim of Claire's Law is to get, but then it doesn't say here. Why would someone be on Claire's Law?
Is it wrong though? Because that's what I took. That's what I took from what I read.
Yeah, I read it as well, but I can't remember what I read now.
Like, if I am incorrect, like, yeah, I'm open.
It goes on there, but it's not disclosed unless needed.
Here it goes here. The offences where a conviction or allegation may be disclosed include but are not limited to battery, common assault, M. Yeah, and battery, we're talking about battery, we're talking about common assault where you could just poke someone like that in an aggressive way. That could be assault or pushing someone, so that would all get you onto Claire's Law. And it says allegation. Have I read it right? The offences offences where a conviction or allegation, right, may be disclosed. Is that right? Yeah, maybe.
Allegation. So it don't need to be a charge something as simple as an allegation. That is crazy.
What about, and then that's also DV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Says here, do allegations stay on your record? No. If you've been questioned by the police or come to the attention in relation to any criminal allegation, then the police will probably hold a record of that on the local system of the force that received the information. That doesn't have to come around Claire's Law then. It says here, Claire's Law is for anyone who wants to find out if someone they're in a relationship with has a record of abusive offences or suggest a risk of violence or abuse. So even if the police think, this is maybe 2 or 3 allegations, you might end up getting on there, which is crazy. How many women, and it is true, and I say women, all men lie about DV. They do lie about it. Crazy, isn't it?
Did you watch that programme, Ange, with that guy? He'd been for 20 odd years with his wife, and she DV'd him in front of the children and everything. And he just did
That was bad. That was like a posh couple, weren't they? In like a posh estate place.
And he loved her. He didn't want to, but stuff was going on in front of the kids and everything. It was
And he got arrested, did he?
No, it was her.
It's her.
I mean, she got arrested.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
I'm sure she poured Biala water over her.
Oh, is that the guy that nearly unalived because of the abuse? Did she lock him up or something?
20 years. Yeah, he filmed her, he did.
It was all recorded in their house. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right one.
It was an ITV documentary, wasn't it?
The children didn't know what was going on. It was just like, oh my God.
Was it 24 hours in police custody? Because there was one on that one with
He actually, I'm sure it's on Netflix.
Can I ask, and then please don't think I'm victim blaming, but I need to know, as to why, why didn't he call the police earlier? Was there a reason for it? As to why he didn't
He didn't think people would believe him, and he wanted the kids because he didn't want her to keep the kids, and because she's the woman, he thought that she would get parental rights over the kids.
And why didn't he fight back? I mean,
she used to say that she would say that he was the DV person.
He felt ashamed, like a lot of people do.
Why didn't he fight back? And I don't want that for people to think, wow, that I've said that, but I know people are going to think just because he's a man, doesn't mean he's going to fight back. But was there a reason for him not fighting back, or restraining her, or was she bigger, stronger?
He loved her, and he got children there.
So he took it?
Which is what keeps a lot of DV relationships together sometimes. It's children.
Wasn't in him but he's fighting for your life in some ways if she's doing that with a bottle and shit, man. People need to remember you can use self-defense as someone you think could unalive you. That's a life. That's a threat to your life, isn't it? You can self-defense.
There's been loads of cases where women have gone to prison because they have self-defended themselves and ended up unaliving their husband in the
That's
process.
probably not political, isn't it?
Defense and everything.
Yeah, but some self-defense, I'm not going to lie, some women say self-defense and it's not self-defense, and I've seen it. And I'm like, how are they saying that's self-defense when the man, even though he shouldn't have done what he's done, but he's walked away and then you've gone, duh, you know what I mean? That's not self-defense, love. Self-defense is when you're...
Angie, when they arrested her or anything, she was still blaming him, saying it was his fault.
She said she was going to say it was his fault instead of hers, so she got the kids to leave her.
Just makes you think, it really does. It really does. Nobody knows, that old saying, is it? Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors.
I was just thinking of that, Jojo.
And the neighbours said that they thought it was him as well, didn't they?
Yeah, because obviously you're hearing things and people automatically think it's a man doing it, don't they?
Yeah. Did she STAB him?
I think so.
I'm sure she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
In front of the kids, weren't it? Something like that, and that's what got caught on.
Normal, because that's what happened day to day.
Weren't that what got caught on the phone?
Yeah, he did film her.
Oh no, was it a wine bottle?
Something
to the head.
Louise Spencer, is that her name? Let me have a look at it. Is there a YouTube documentary on it? I'm going to watch it if there is.
From Netflix, I'm sure it's Netflix.
I'm sure I've seen it though, I don't know.
Has she hit him with a wine bottle on the head?
A woman that in my old town, she lived right next to my old town, and she was quite. She made national news because she did the same thing. What was her name now? Wait there.
Is it my wife?
Netflix is going to send you it on eternity.
Is it this one? That's the one, isn't it? Is that one?
Yes. Yeah, it's quite shocking.
I'm actually thinking of another one because there was another one. He's quite a skinny guy, and that she used to take him hostage and all that. I can't remember what that was about.
You heard of Tracy Andrews? Anybody?
Yes, she unalived Beyonce.
In police assignment role play, they make the man the victim and see if officers assume the woman is.
Yes, Tracy Andrews pleaded that it was nothing to do with it, didn't she?
Yeah, that was about 25 minutes from me, my hometown.
Right. It is scary, it really is.
Oh my God, it's injuries.
Yeah, and the kids were all around this. They just
Didn't quite get it, Georgia. I tried to.
And the kids. See, the thing is, you could also say, right, and I understand that why he didn't go to the police, what you were saying, but if you've got kids in the house, why didn't he go to the police to protect his children? I'm not victim shaming, guys. Please don't twist this. I'm not. But, however, if you have children there, that would be your first priority, is protecting them.
I don't think she ever did anything to the children.
No,
I know,
he probably didn't want the children being taken.
and if she gets the children, then he ain't protecting the children. He probably thought he was protecting them by him getting all that instead of the kids getting it.
Them, yeah.
And who knows what you're thinking in that situation? You're in survival mode 24/7.
Yeah.
Like,
You'd be living on the edge constantly.
Yeah.
Wondering what was going to
Who
come.
was a prime? Oh, you mean she was a prime suspect? We said he was then.
She was shouting out the window. He was arrested.
I don't know.
He was a prime suspect.
Miles wants a box, Angie.
Selling them at B&Q.
She hid the NIFE in the boot.
I'm going to drop. Thanks for having me.
All right, Joy.
Thank you for me,
The
gifts,
what in the boot?
everybody. Thank you.
The KON.
oh yeah.
I'll just leave the K out.
And could you what's it called? Is it on Netflix? Someone said it was on there.
Could you show it again so I can screenshot it so I can watch it?
A screenshot what?
What you showed before?
What, the picture of it?
what it was called. Oh, was it that? I don't know if you showed what it was
Oh
called.
no, it's just a picture of him.
Oh God!
Attorney,
Oh, okay.
Get the typewriter out, Smiles. Type it up for later.
Attorney, I'm sending it on.
Here, why Richard stayed. This is tells you why he stayed. The document. Oh, the documentary delves into the reasons Richard remained and despite what was happening to him. It says, understandably, it's often far more complicated than it appears from the outside. Richard, like many survivors, felt trapped not only by the fear of further violence, but also by emotional bonds and the stigma around male victimhood. One factor that kept Richard in the relationship was the couple's children. Richard worried about the impact of separation on his children. He feared that leaving could lead to losing custody or create additional trauma. Three reportedly used the children as a tool to manipulate Richard. All right, so that's why. Oh, Richard captured images and videos of his ordeal through hidden cameras.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very upsetting.
I wonder how many years she got then.
Probably got attempted, whatever that is.
The most, the one that destroyed me the most on Netflix, and was the dad that ended his two daughters' lives and put them in like tar pits.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
God,
AJ,
it was
that was
all
awful.
crazy, wasn't it?
Was that
I
the
don't
one
know if you
where?
can say that though, AJ.
Say what?
ENDEDLIVES.
Wow, I can't
Didn't
tell
he-
you that time.
And AJ, was that the one where he just left her in the grass area?
People
Or
are
was that a
saying
different one? I'm thinking of another one.
Remember. That's
think
the
I'm-
only bits that I remember, and it was all on police cams, wasn't it? It's just
And the box. I can't.
he found a new missus. That's why he did it, because he found a new missus, didn't
Yeah, yeah.
Angie.
Thanks, Eternity. Thank you.
Science at that time. They went to obviously all the time.
Chris Watts, yeah. That's the one.
There was like a domestic abuse cycle where it's like a tension phase and things are build up and there's something going to happen.
I'll have to watch this. Chris Watts. Oh, you're talking about Chris Watts.
George,
And the box.
I've done a lot of research on that Chris Watts. See, I personally think he's so crazy in his head that he believes that his wife did it.
Watched it, Ange? Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Fuck, damn it.
But Chris Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so calm. He was so calm about it, and I do believe that he really thinks that his wife did it. You know, I think he's probably suffering with schizophrenia or something. Because I don't, I'm not trying to use mental health, but that's not normal behaviour, is it?
No, the
No,
box.
and he had a girlfriend as well, didn't he, on the side?
Well, that's true. He wanted to get rid of his old life and start a new life.
Yeah.
Exactly, but he didn't want to take the kids with him either. He wanted to start a whole new, complete different life.
You know what? I say he's probably he's nutty, but then, however, he knew what he was doing, because when they were playing that CCTV back, he had his head down because he didn't want to watch it because he knew that he got caught.
Do you think people like that are born evil, or do you think it's
I know they're born evil.
nurtured through life?
I think
But he
it
didn't-
happened, like when they were babies, maybe dropped on their head or something.
But he didn't tell the police straight away either, did he? He told his dad before the police.
Well, you say, are they born evil? There's this guy, right? And he had a normal family, normal upbringing, normal everything, lovely house, great job, normal to speak to, like you and me, basically. Well, I can't say about you, AJ, but you know what I mean? However, there was a lot of fires happening where people had been unalived and things, like, using ARSI,
Yeah.
And they found, anyway, he got arrested, he got 100 years in prison, he did, right? It was, I think it was on Netflix, I don't know what it was, but he was setting fires to, business, not businesses, properties and all that kind of thing. He seemed to have an obsession with doing that. And anyway, the father asked him, the father actually reported him to the police because he was going to run away, he's going to leave, and his father that brought him in. And the father asked, please tell me, something maybe happened when he was little, why he's become this person, this monster. And they found out it was something to do when he was born. And I can't remember what they said, but it was quite interesting, really. And that's why, what do they say now? I can't really remember. I think he had a bleed on the brain or something like that.
I can't remember, but yeah, and they reckon that's why he became the person he became, because of his the way he was born. Yeah, I can't remember now. Aaron?
I mean, with that Chris guy, his wife was pregnant with another baby, wasn't she? And he didn't tell the police.
Oh, name?
He told his dad what he'd done, not the police. That was so bad.
Angie, there's a few people wanting the box.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Eternity, for sending it to me. I'll watch that later.
2 houses.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, it feels good to be home.
Hello.
Hi. No, I wanted to say, hi AJ. You know the Spencer one that you were just talking about? So what she would do, Angie, you'll really enjoy it. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
From memory, I'm sure he got arrested initially and they thought he was the suspect. So when they would fight and stuff and he would be, towards, like, she would be hurting him, she would open the window in the house and shout out, stop hurting me, you're always hurting me. So then the neighbours would get spoken to by the police and say that he's the one that's abusive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How she does it.
I try to say to people, you never know, innit? There's a woman that pretending they're going through DV when they're the abuser. Or vice versa.
And then he put cameras in after a long time, but like she was saying that I'm going to get you to stop from seeing the kids, and it was one of the most.
I don't know if you can answer this, Georgia, but as a police officer, did you experience a lot of that?
What, as in the man was the suspect?
No, like false accusations regarding.
You never truly know, do you? Unless somebody says I lied. I mean, you can think it in your head, but you wouldn't share it. Does that make sense? Like a few of us would sit there and think this doesn't sound realistic. How could this add up? And you'd discuss those things, but you couldn't sit there and go, this is a lie.
You know what, George? I remember reading an article about this boy, and he went hiking with his girlfriend. There was like a lake, and there was like a log, and I think they climbed over it, or kind of on their hands and knees to get to the other side, or something like that. I think happened. And anyway, she fell in and drowned. And he went to the police, and he was, very traumatized, and he confessed to unaliving her and said that he did it. And obviously they arrested him and everything, but they didn't actually, take it further because they didn't have any evidence. And they found out he actually lied. And because he was so traumatized by the experience that she fallen, he tried to help her, but he was living with all this guilt. And all of a sudden, he didn't say it straight away. I think it was like months later, he said, I did it. But he didn't. But
wow.
Yeah. And that's another thing that people need to think about.
But that makes sense, because he probably felt so helpless in that situation that he's taken the blame and then said...
Well, you know what it was? They said that he started to believe he actually really did it. Because he couldn't save her. He was so traumatized by not being able to save her, he felt like he unalived her. Because, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
he kind of felt that he was living with all this guilt for not being able to find her in the water. Something like that. And he actually started to believe he did it. It's weird.
Who was it?
That's crazy.
And when you said earlier about they always have the men as the victim first.
Survivor's guilt.
The suspect, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, so when you go into training, they make you do like role plays and stuff like that. You can look it all up on YouTube. They tell you some of the stuff they do, but not obviously scenarios and give you the answers. But basically, they'll put you into a room. You go through loads of assessments, and one of them, I remember very clearly, there was a neighbour dispute and then there was a domestic situation, and they put you in with actors and actresses, and they judge how each officer deals with the situation. And the majority of officers go in there because they're new. Obviously, they're not police officers. They're going for that interview. That's the interview process. And the suspect is actually the woman. But the amount of officers that automatically go in there and go straight over to the woman like, are you okay? Are you okay? And treat her like a victim. And then you'd come out and get your results, and they would say, so the woman was actually the suspect, and you did this, and you treated the woman automatically, and these are the assumptions that need to be taken out when you go into the mindset of a police, because you'll go to something that just seems like a really normal call, right? You should never assume what you go to. It'll be something like a theft and it ends up being something completely different. But yeah, the interview process is crazy. Crazy. I was guilty of it, I'll be honest. I was guilty of it. I automatically went in and I went over to the woman. I was like, are you okay? And then there's like a fake wall, and then you separate them into separate situations. One officer goes with one person, the other one goes with another. And then they put you in an LGBTQ scenario based one as well. Which was interesting.
Was it the Met?
Yeah, this is the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's loads of stuff. And then you do like VR headset role plays and stuff like that.
I think it's also really important people know their rights when they, the police turn up at their house.
The amount of people that don't know their rights is insane.
Yeah.
And that's one of the only things that we have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That people don't know their rights.
What's your view on the Clare's Law argument on the allegation?
So I put it in the comments, but the comments were going so fast. So basically, my view on it, obviously, I feel like everybody should do it, blah, blah, blah. But so if somebody goes to the police station and they make you can't just do it as a troll. This is what I wanted to say to you. You can't do that. It's only if an investigation has taken place. So you can't just call up the police and, for instance, go, AJ Direct, blah, 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 did this. And then all of a sudden it's on Clare's Law. It's if an investigation has taken place. And then if it's NFA'd, well, it's so scary saying this. I feel like someone's going to go, she's chatting shit. But if it's NFA'd, it will be there, but it's only used if needed. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. But you can't just make an allegation about somebody. Like, it doesn't work like that. Otherwise, the investigation's opened, instantly closed again. If you're not going to continue with it, then yeah. But normally it's if there's a caution or a conviction, but it will be recorded. And if that needs to be disclosed to support any DV case in the future, even if it was linked and it was NFA in the past, they can reopen it. If a new evidence comes to light that the possibility of that previous investigation that was closed and NFA'd is linked to this, then they will reopen it.
That makes sense and it's logical. They would do that. It would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
It's the same with any case. They can reopen it at any time if they feel like now there's enough evidence to link it and feel like it at any time. Technically, when something's closed, it's not actually closed, really, is it? But yeah.
Well, when the DNA came out, look at all the cases they reopened, and all those people thinking shit, because DNA hadn't been out for that long, really, when you think of it. They reopened all these
Angie, people think they're going to get away with things, but
this guy, he was I think a rapist and family, everything. Years later, that DNA came out, and they went in, kicked his door down, and he was about to HANG himself.
Was that where they done the swab check round everywhere, Ange? There was one where they done the swab check round everywhere for the.
No. He used to collect. They found a lot of shoes because he used to collect women's shoes after.
And then found out that he was a wronger.
No. Yeah, but it's only because DNA came out.
It's common that they collect things, isn't it? When you watch all the documentaries, they call it trophies, and then they'll want to take something away from every person that they've targeted.
I think that would be your trait as well, Ange, if you was a serial.
Angie would take their followers on TikTok.
Oh, Angie.
Give me your TikTok. Oh, you're gone.
No, AJ, give us the gifts, won't we, Angie? Give us the TikTok gifts. Hey, bless you.
Oh my God. I was watching that documentary about the Craigslist unaliver the other day. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I started feeling sorry for him. I actually cried for him. And it was
Is this when someone was renting out that spare room on Craigslist and then had people come over?
I can't remember. I don't know. Well, I can't. What did he do? He didn't actually do it in cold blood. He did kidnap women, but I think he did unalive one woman. But it was an accident. I mean, I say, but an accident. He still did it, absolutely. But it was. I cried for him. He unalived himself in prison. I don't know if you watched that one. I don't know if there's been a couple like that, because I think there's been a couple of
I've seen
cases.
so many, I can't remember.
And I'll tell you why I felt sorry for him. I cried there because that's how the documentary made you feel. Because when he was in prison, it was going back to his life and how he was before he became the person he became.
Yeah, and has ended up the way he has.
Yeah, and no, you know, he had a girlfriend, and his girlfriend had no idea, and about, you know, and I was kind of thinking, why have they done that? Because they've just made him the victim in some ways. Do you know what I mean? Where people were like going to be like, oh, you know, and he wasn't. He did unalive, you know, a woman, and he did do what he did.
Yeah, they do go into suspect stories. Tries to make you feel guilty for them. Then you feel guilty that you feel guilty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess they've always gone through some kind of effed up ABS throughout their life for them to become sickos.
You know what, AJ? Funny you said that. I was saying the majority of unalivers have been abused. So usually, majority. I say majority, but well, it's quite high. A lot of people that have been SA'd become an SA abuser as well.
Well, I wouldn't know the stats, but yeah, I can imagine that.
No, definitely not all, obviously. No.
And this was the one that I think I'm going on about. Yeah, it was an M jailed for 1986 R.
Put those, Diana, in case you might get flagged.
Thanks to DNA testing advances.
When was this?
It was 1986, and he got caught in
2016, does that say?
Is it there? 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then arrested him in June 2016.
I don't know if it's the same one. I'm not too sure. Crazy, man.
John Bainbridge, now 54, are a mother at endpoint in front of her 2 children in Nottingham in May 1986. He then a woman in similar circumstances in October 1986 and was jailed for this. Police always suspected the 2 crimes were linked, but had not able to provide enough evidence. S samples was taken as evidence in 1986 and were tested using DNA, profiting a more sensitive test that was only being used by police since 2014. Bainbridge had been released from prison and was living in Burton-Trent, Staffordshire, and arrested in 2016.
I didn't know you could read, Ziana.
I can't, don't take the mic. I got dyslexia and kick him.
Really good.
Yeah, Craigslist was in that.
Yeah, that was the one I'm going on about. That was what I saw. But that's bad, isn't it? So people do get caught in the end.
They do.
I think the worst case that I think I watched, I don't know if I heard, is the woman that who went over, I think she replied to an ad for baby clothes, and the woman actually CUT her stomach and took
Mm-mm.
Oh my word.
and that's actually, I would say it's not common, but there's been a few cases like that.
What?
Yeah, they've just taken the baby,
Oh my god.
out the stomach, yeah.
Did you see what happened on TikTok the other day in Mexico?
No.
Mm-mm.
So there was a live streamer like you,
I heard about it.
and she gave out her address, and she was getting presents or something from randomers, and somebody turned up and just SHOOT
Oh my god, no, this is what I mean. Nah.
twice.
Was
And
it
it
in the
was-
hairdressers where she worked, AJ?
I don't know where it was, but it was captured on a live stream. You can see the video on Twitter. I don't
She's
know.
gone
She
now.
was in a hairdressers when she was working, and they just pulled up, went in and did it.
So is she gone?
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see. I didn't hear anything else.
Oh, that's
People were saying she was live in a
crazy.
salon, a nail salon.
So yeah, that's the dangers of giving your address out to people, being doxxed.
No.
Absolutely.
Well,
Like,
doxing, you know, people say, well, doxing is not a crime. Well, the thing is, I think there's a difficult one. It's the outcome of doxing, isn't it? Like something like that, yeah. So you're looking at for 2 years. If you've doxed someone's address and that someone has gone to that person's house because of your doxing, you're looking at 2 years, eh?
Hey, doxing and stuff on TikTok, it is dangerous.
What somebody might do.
Addresses is just too much. I don't think it's a big deal to dox people's faces.
Someone said it's nothing to do with doxing.
Controversial, but I don't.
Yeah. Use a friend. Really? Oh my God, that's crazy. Broad daylight. Did they catch the men?
It was Mexico, probably not.
What about that live streamer that just went on live and he had a massive platform, high following, and then he was like, he just said he's had enough, and he on the live.
That's the Inquisitor you're talking about.
Yes, that's it.
No,
and
but
then
he didn't have enough. He was being bullied. They called him a P. I think
On the
he was
app,
set
yeah.
up, wasn't he? He was set up by a girl that said, I'm 15 years old, and he'd been talking to her. And she wasn't 15, but she said that he was. So he got scared, didn't he? Something like that. I could have some of that wrong, guys, but...
Yeah, it's from memory, innit? And then the camera ended up staying on for so long until someone informed his family. The live didn't go off, and you could see people going through the back door.
That was the neighbours, wasn't it?
I don't know, mate. I thought it was the family, but...
Yeah, they say it's a really nice...
social media is scary. You think about it, you've got thousands and thousands of people watching you. People watching you know you that you don't even know. And there's a lot of fucked up people out there.
It's even worse in China and countries over those ways. Like, there's so many suicide. There's some woods in Japan. I think it's Japan. And they call it suicide wood. Well, I shouldn't probably say that. And they just go there just to...
Yeah, jump out, AJ, and jump back in just in case you get a banana. Yeah. Crazy. And there was that woman that, do you hear about her? That unalived her daughter. That was on social media, but I think there was a video for the day before dancing with her daughter. She was only 7.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What about that man recently, and it was all over TikTok, and he was like, he said he was play fighting with his daughter in the kitchen. Did you read that one? No. It's in England.
Yeah, and he STD there.
Yeah, and she's gone now.
And the one Angie's going on about, didn't she throw her out the window or something?
No, she BEAT her.
Somebody commented, this is a lifting conversation. Really upbeat for a Friday.
She beat her. She beat her own daughter.
And sound like Kylie Comet.
No,
We'll be
literally.
having nightmares, won't we?
And what
True crime. I do.
that girl from the UK that's currently been arrested, is it in Thailand, chat?
Yeah.
Have you seen that one, Angie?
No, what's that about?
She's like my age, and she went out to Thailand, and she said she was just going on a vacation to her family, and the next thing you know, they couldn't contact her for 2 weeks, and she got caught, and she had loads of rugs on her and got put in prison.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's got to do life, hasn't she?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I say, why would people be stupid? I can't have sympathy for people like that. You know, different law, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, so she got arrested in Georgia, the chat are saying, and then somebody commented saying, lucky she didn't get caught in Thailand, because apparently you can get a thingy penalty.
Yeah, you can get...
No, but she's looking at life.
No.
Yeah. And there's someone that's been caught in Dubai.
I found her TikTok.
40 years.
I found her TikTok. I got so intrigued in the story because she just looks so normal.
Yeah.
And it was all her videos of her in Thailand just acting normal. And then when you go down to the bottom, there's a video of her in a car holding stacks of money.
And she's just found out she's pregnant as well, Ange.
Well, that's what she said. You don't know. Sometimes people just say that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose they'll test it, but the amount of people that get arrested and go, oh, I'm pregnant.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, there's been that many publicity about, rugs and people, carrying it, that people should realise by now.
Yeah, she knew the risk. It's like those Australian guys, is it Bangkok, I think they went to? There was a woman too, I think weeks prior, did the same things as what these men did, and they let her off, right? But then a few weeks later, these 3 men did the same thing. They got the DEATH. Yeah. I just kind of sympathy.
Her whole life is taken away from her, but obviously I feel bad, like I feel a bit like, oh God, fucking hell, but I wouldn't do that. Why would you do that for a piece of paper?
She knew the risks though, didn't she?
Exactly.
And if you don't...
I brought a joint back from Miami the other week and I nearly shit myself. Let alone bringing a kilo.
Did you manage to get through?
Yeah, I got through.
How the hell did you do that?
I just left it in my box.
Oh, God, I would have a panic attack.
And I just, hi, by the way, hi everyone. I just jumped up quickly to say you're so much happier doing this than you are doing FYP. When you do FYP, you just look bored.
Yeah, there hasn't been much going on TikTok, has it?
Yeah, I think you should ditch it and do segments like this.
Yeah.
Because you look more interested. Right, bye guys.
Oh, I love true crime. I'm always watching 48 Hours, Snapped, Fatal Bells, all of them.
I can't watch too much of it, me. Oh, I love it. It's my favourite category, favourite genre to watch. But then I get too in my head about it and I have to be away from it.
Yeah, it's like falling down a rabbit hole and you can't stop searching.
Yeah, and then I just can't look at the world the same and I go outside and I'm just like, fucking, I can't.
Have you been keeping up with the Diddy trial?
Absolutely not. None of it.
No, I don't feel like it's being publicised though, because I'm not seeing much news about it.
I saw a
Even though
video
it's been
come up on
like a week.
TikTok and of him, you know, Cassie, and I just had to go past her. I couldn't.
She was questioned yesterday, weren't she? Or today?
I tell you a good documentary, guys. I think it's it's either on Prime or Netflix. Can't remember. It's the Patterson trial. That's actually a good film. That's in America. But if you want to watch a good documentary, watch that.
What's it
It's
about?
crazy how
She
Madeleine
was missing.
McCann.
She's 8 months pregnant, and I'm not going to spoil it. I will spoil it. Husband did it. Well, it's all over the news. Is it Sarah Patterson or something like that? Can't remember her name, guys. What's her name? You must have seen the documentary. It was all over the news, well, in America anyway. I read the court. Is it? She is at You're welcome. Lacey Patterson. Yeah, so watch that. It was really naughty. It was a bit like the Watts murder,
What's the worst thing you guys have ever seen?
as in crime.
What movie?
Yeah. No, not as in watch on TV, like in real life. Or been a.
What do you mean, like
No,
a
have you-
crazy incident that's happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, wait.
trauma.
nothing too
Let's all
bad,
bring
though.
up our trauma on a Friday afternoon.
Angie would go into full detective mode. She'd be like, right, I've got a notepad with a pen.
I'll tell
What's
you
your
the-
name? What's your date of birth?
Angie will like this one. So I used to work in a hairdresser's and this lady come in asking about her husband's corns and bunions, if he could have a foot pedicure. So give her the thing, and my nan had just passed away and she had the same bag as my nan, so I remembered that she had this bag. My friends come up to meet me. I went for my lunch. This lorry had scraped a person all the way down the road. It only ended up being the lady that I just spoke to for her husband's corns. All the bits was all over the floor, Ange.
Is this a real story?
That's
Sam?
real.
And you're on about a corn on her feet?
No, but husband, she come in for her husband, because it was a hairdresser beautician place, and she come in and she said, can my husband get his corns done for his feet? Next minute, I see her scraped across the floor. And then I had to phone her husband because we had her card, her personal details. So we had to phone her husband to say, you better get down to the lights, your boss just been run over.
Well, I hope you didn't deliver the message.
No, the boss did. I was just
Why do
praying
you
to
hope it
say,
wasn't
get his
Rihanna?
details and send them to her.
Why do you hope it wasn't Sienna, AJ?
She's not very warming, is she?
How she just explained it, I don't think I'd want Sienna to tell
You know,
me.
your wife's just come down for your corns. Well, yeah, she's outside on the floor. You best come and have a look, mate.
No.
But we can get you in for your corns on Tuesday.
Don't worry about your corns, they'll be sorted.
And all the juice was on the floor.
Oh no, see.
But you could actually see intestines in it. The lorry didn't see her, so it just went straight over her at the traffic lights and carried on to around the island.
Do you know what I'm noticing while she's telling us this story? The level of excitement with her tone is going up as
But
she
you
tells
said the
it.
most worst thing you've ever seen, and that's the worst thing I've ever seen.
But it seems like you're getting off from it a little bit.
So I think, like you said, is it real? Like, that's real. I actually experienced that.
That's so fucked.
I think I'm one of them nervous people that just sounds excited when they're nervous speaking.
You never know when your last day is going to be, eh? Life's so short.
I know.
Happy Friday, everybody. Can't wait to have a drink tonight. I'm going to have double.
Anybody else got a story?
Somebody in the chat just put, I clean stuff like that up all the time. So what's your job?
Probably a street cleaner.
Yeah, they just put some sawdust, and do you know when you're sick and that, and they put that powder down, they just put a bit of that down on the floor, and everyone else was allowed to walk across the crossing and stuff.
I always found it crazy that we would just call the council and then they'd just get a jet wash and just put all the blood off the pavement and it would all go back to normal.
I clean up stuff like that also. Oh no.
It was like nothing happened. You just go past the next day like nothing's ever happened. Life always goes on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Operating theatres. Imagine.
Could you work with bodies, Ange?
Yeah, I have no problem with death, to be honest. I've seen many bodies.
Have you?
Yeah, while I was unalive in them.
Games.
I do get that vibe. You do give me Morticia Adams vibes, to be
No,
honest.
she
The
could
laugh. It's the laugh.
You know what it is? When you watch a lot of crime and all that kind of thing, and you know, a lot of people in my family have died and things, and you know, I've seen my dad's body. I think you don't get phased anymore, you know.
When I saw my first body, I was a wreck. Absolute wreck. And it's not even, you don't even just think about the way it looks. The smell.
You will.
The way
the only way I recognised it was because of the
They
bag.
say the smell is the worst.
Yeah, the smell's bad. I had a passion fruit vape that day and can't have a passion fruit vape since.
Angie's my Lyra.
Have you ever? I
think it was the fear.
Daughter that really kind of, and you had to go on and it stinks. Have you experienced that smell?
Yeah, so I've obviously seen loads of them. Oh wait, I need to be careful what I'm saying. I've seen loads of bodies that aren't there, and there's one that was about 2 months in the 30-degree heat in the summer, melted onto the carpet. And then when you have to do a roll, I'm surprised I'm talking about this, to be fair. Normally I can't, but when you do a roll, obviously it's all caved in and I remember because you have to lift to do a roll to see if anything's massive trigger warning, guys, but you have to, one takes the upper half, one takes the bottom half, and then when you lift, the knee peeled off of the carpet, and I was like, I put down and I was like, call someone else, because we're still human, do you know what I mean? But that one, that was too much. And the sink as well was covered in hundreds of flies, to the point where I thought the containers were black. And then I leant over to open the windows, and how did they even get in the house? I still can't get my head around
It's
that.
because they're made out of the maggots from the body.
Yeah, the maggots
What do you mean?
decomposing.
Look, the body
body's
decomposes, then you get maggots, then you get flies. Georgia, you should know this.
Maggots turn into flies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. That's why
Maggots don't
sometimes
turn into flies. Flies turn into maggots. Oh yeah, no, maggots turn into flies.
it's into flies.
I did not
Sometimes
know that.
fishermen
Turn
leave their
into flies,
buckets
yes,
open.
sorry, yeah. Wrong way round.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Well, I can't lie, it's not saying
Well, you
that
know
I
what?
tell you.
Once, yeah, many years, a long time ago, we had like a bin, and we had it open in the summer. We had the door open, and there were so many flies in the bin, and we didn't know, and we closed it, and then there was all these maggots.
I think I'm Googling this because I think you're...
No, yeah, they do.
I might act thick, Georgia, but I'm not thick, okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I can't believe this.
Experienced it, they do. It's disgusting.
I did not know
Like
that.
babies. Babies are the flies.
Lava.
So every time you've gone to these places and you've seen all these flies, you just thought they had a stinky house.
I just thought there was a gap in I don't know, somewhere in the house, and then all the flies go in because of the smell. I did not know.
No,
I swear
Georgia.
to God, I'm not
Take
lying.
the sausage sandwich from under your bed.
No.
Grow maggots.
I'm scared of sausages. Do not talk about it. I'm triggered.
There could be a few maggots around your house. If you've got flies in your house, they'll probably lay the egg.
No, we only ever get fruit flies.
That's another one. Fruit flies. They seem to appear from nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially bananas.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe I never knew this. I've actually learnt something so amazing today. And that's messed up.
Anybody else saw anything dodgy?
Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about it out of respect.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. Just pretend we're on FaceTime, now, dear.
Z wants to know all the gossip, don't
They
you?
come out of the sink and stuff, put boiling water down the sink every day.
Yeah.
I actually feel depressed now. Like, what the fuck? This is such a morbid Friday.
Friday,
I've not been in
guys.
Angie's live in how many months, and this is how I come out feeling.
Friday off.
Nothing's changed over these ways then.
It's interesting, though. Yeah, exactly, Key. It's interesting.
No, I was laughing. Somebody put, "What is it, Ziana laughing at your trauma?" With that belly laugh.
we love morbid Friday.
Angie, that's what you should do.
More on Morbid Fridays.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I should do
Oh, God.
Fridays.
Have you heard these stories different people got inside them, Georgia?
You should do life stories.
Yeah,
like, get
special
people
guests.
in the box to talk about their stories that are not out there. Like they're not like they're a bit like in the shadows, like not mainstream. And get people on, and people
But
come
then
up, ask
people pick it
questions,
apart and
get to
avoid
learn
things,
about
don't
their
they?
life.
That's what
they're
people
doing.
do all over TikTok, though. They pick everything apart you say.
No, but like
you could literally
something
say, I had a
quirky,
sausage sandwich, and then everyone will cry about it and say you didn't.
Look, somebody might have a quirky kink or something that's not very mainstream, and they might want to talk about their kink or something. I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it, AJ?
Already has, he showed this.
We could be here for a while,
He showed
Georgia.
this the other day, Georgia. He put his pictures up.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's why he's in here. He loves hearing Ziana.
Thank you,
Yummy
Friday.
crisps.
Crips.
Here's another story for you, that Amanda, the one in, where was she when she apparently was found guilty for committing that murder of a friend? Where did she go? Was it Spain, Italy? I can't remember.
What are your words, Ange?
Oh, the
Amanda.
American.
Yeah, what was
America, Amanda Knox.
Amanda.
Yes. That's on Nightmare Neighbours on Netflix.
In
Like,
Italy.
Angie, that is so good.
Yeah, Amanda.
She was a
Knox.
British girl, her friend. They were flatmates at the time, weren't they?
Yeah, and all because, things like where she had a kiss with her boyfriend and there was other things.
Yeah.
Oh, she was guilty of it.
Didn't
They get the guy. They got him, didn't they?
I don't know, but didn't she start like wearing her clothes and stuff, or am I mixing up stories?
No, she didn't do any of that. It was just her behaviour, I think. They thought was odd.
Yeah, that's on. I watched that on Netflix as well. I was trying to think of it earlier to say to you guys, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and then she came back to was it England? UK?
No, the US. Was
Oh,
it the US? And
she
she
went back to
can't.
the US, but the thing is, I think there was another court case, and that,
Yeah.
and they told her not to go back. If she goes back now, they could convict her.
Yeah.
Something like that. Is that correct?
That's it. Yeah.
Not to go back because there was another court case. I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
I can't remember. They were going to have one or something, and they were saying they could find her guilty.
Because she did something. She tried to did a plea again. To state she did another plea in the paper stating her innocence because the government said it. I swear it was Italy.
Yeah,
if you do come back, you're going to be arrested.
Yeah. Yeah. That was. I think it was her behaviour, wasn't it? Was a little bit weird.
I could have sworn they lived together, and then she put on one of her tops or something and started doing her makeup like her.
No,
She was imprisoned in Italy. She was freed and went back to the US.
yeah. I don't think she was even home when when it happened. The M happened. She was out or something, wasn't she? She came back and found that she'd been unalive.
She come across a bit strange though, to be fair.
Someone commented in Angie's live, get Gypsy Rose in the box.
Did you hear about that
Rose is-
Ukrainian that was arrested today? Well, no, in court today.
Who?
He was arrested, the Ukrainian. He was arrested for trying to start fires around the Prime Minister's property and the PM's car. Well, that was a bit dodgy.
I think you know what the most interesting. You probably won't. You guys probably haven't have heard this. I'm not sure. It did go on the news, so I'm sure it came on the news here. It was the British couple. They went on holiday on their honeymoon to Australia, and they said they were driving in like a ute, and it was dark. It was in the outback, and they said that there was a car behind them. This is what she says because he's not here to tell the story. So there was a car behind them that was flashing. So he stopped. He got out the car, he walked to the back of the ute, and she said she heard a loud bang, right? She was a bit scared. Eventually, and then he dragged her out or something. So he put her into his car, and he handcuffed her at the back with rope, and she managed to escape. Okay, so she got out and she hid in the bush, and he got into his car and he took off basically. But the problem is they found no body, right? They've never found his body. They found a little bit of blood, I think, but it didn't really. They said, but if he had been SHOT, there would have been a lot more. No, actually, they didn't find anything. They found no footprints. They found no body. I don't think they found any blood. They found nothing. And the weird thing is, she said she was handcuffed here, at the back, and she managed to get out of those handcuffs.
No.
And they said, and they did put it to a test, and they said it was literally impossible for her to be able to escape. No, that was it. No, story wrong, one sec. Her hands were behind her back. When the police turned up, her hands were at the front. They said They said she managed to get handcuffs to her hands to the front. How does she do it? Her story didn't add up. And then they found out she was she was seeing someone else the day after he was SHOT. She was texting a man. Was it Joanna Lee's? That's it. I can't remember the whole story, but that was the most interesting story I've read. I think that one, and she got away with it. I think she's guilty. And the man that's in prison, I believe is innocent. And so many people are saying he's innocent. And you know what it was? It was a bit of DNA on his top. Now, he was a DRUG. He does, he does that, right? And I believe she did bump into this guy, right? Probably stopped him and got some DRUG from him. Yeah, because they were stoned, right? And that's how I believe. She must have touched his top or something like that. But I believe that guy is innocent, absolutely. And he still says he's innocent to this day. But honestly, have a read about it because there's so many twists and turns.
When was that, Ange?
I can't remember. what it was.
What, the 80s?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But there was so many things that didn't add up. Huh?
How old were you when the O.J. Simpson trial was on?
Oh, I can't remember.
90s, wasn't it?
What was the name, guys, again? And when they were at the press conference, she was stone cold. There was no emotion at all. I reckon, I think she did it. I do. I think she got away with murder. Yeah. Peter Falconio. Read him, guys. Peter Falconio. Because his story is playing as an innocent man. It's called Murder in the Met Outback. 2009.
Someone commented it.
Oh, is it an Aussie thing?
Things, and she kept saying, well, because I was, stoned, that I can't, her story kept changing all the time. And she got away with it.
Wait, this is so weird. I need to get my laptop because I'm going to go on my search history, Angie, and I swear what you're talking about right now is what I was looking up last night. If that's the case, that is so fucking weird. I'm going to look
And you've got criminality running through your veins, haven't you, to be fair?
Yes.
Because
it's interesting though. I love
New Zealand.
That's the thing. She was so unemotional. How does she get her hands in front of her when she said that he tied them at them? How does she escape the ute? Where's the body? They never, to this day, have found that body. Why wasn't there any blood? There was a few. I think there was specks of blood, but not enough to be SHO2. None of it added up.
No. Anyone remember the leg in the leg?
And then they were saying, "Why would you stop?" And oh my God, the list went on and on. Crime Friday. It is so strange, Sarah. I believe she did it. Yeah, and they've got an innocent man in jail.
Another one that really, I'm an animal lover like you. The don't F with cats. Oh,
was that about animals?
Have you not heard of that one?
No.
Have you? In the box.
What was it? Sorry.
Don't F with cats.
No.
I didn't watch that.
Wow.
It was weird about someone that took people's cats, weren't it?
Yeah, the police couldn't find him, and it was a group of people on Facebook that got so invested in the story, and then that's how they found out where he was, because in one of the videos he posted, I won't go into too much. How messed up is it?
That one, because I don't. It's animals.
I won't talk about the animal thing, but how they found him was the writing on a cigarette packet in the background of one of the videos.
Oh.
That's mad.
Yeah, these Facebook people, and then a petrol station, like a gas station in the background, and yeah.
That's wild. It just makes me think of that woman that walked past that cat and just randomly picked it up and put it in the bin. Do you remember that video?
What?
Do you not remember that clip that was on the news?
Yeah, I remember it.
She got arrested, I think, for animal cruelty. But she was just walking and somebody caught it on CCTV. She just turned around, picked the cat up, opened the window.
She put it in the car, skipped, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah, she got a lot of threats for that.
She got arrested, I think.
She said she had a crazy moment.
And it's so weird that we're talking in detail about humans, but when it comes to animals, I'm just like, this is a bit uncomfortable. Let's not go into detail about that.
But I don't know, they're like babies, isn't it?
They can't really fend for themselves.
I'm a
Look,
dog person than a cat.
just actually look.
Oh.
Someone hurting her.
They just come across a bit sinister to me, cats.
So the cat survived?
Wow.
No.
Oh yeah, the cat. Yeah, the cat survived the bin.
Are you talking about the bin or the series?
The one with the don't fuck with cats.
Angie, there was loads.
There was low. They didn't survive.
Should I tell you what happened?
No, I wouldn't. No, it would really affect me. But what about all these cats that go missing in Bradford? What's that about? Was it Bradford or was it Birmingham? One of those cities. I don't know.
Just making this up, Angela.
I was talking about city. I know what the Birmingham.
Where are you stating this from?
What?
Where are you getting this information from?
Angie, show us your shed. How many cats are in there? Angie drives
Show
around
us
in
the
her white van.
Bradford cat
taking
tracker immediately.
No, honestly, seriously, I think it was Bradford, and they actually do say. I even watched it on a video on TikTok that say that all these cats are going missing in Bradford.
Someone said, I live in Bradford and I've not heard anything.
I just see that.
Right, someone help me out and say you've seen that.
Yeah, they confirmed in the chat that you're talking about Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford. I heard it too. Yeah. What about that then? Do you think they're eating them or something?
Birdman's got them. Is wild.
Bradford missing cats.
Oh dear.
Let me have a look. One sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, look.
A woman used to go around in her car taking the cats.
Oh, I don't know. My info. 10 facts about my cat. Oh, no, I can't find it. But I'm telling you, they go missing. It was Croydon. People used to say that, oh, right. Have I taken it literally? Someone's word cat tikka masala. No.
Oh no.
You've not heard of it? Yes. Let me read. It's got to be on the news or something. Give me a sec.
Me and my friend went for a walk along the beach the other night and I looked in the water and she goes to me, you're so fucking weird. I looked in the water, I said, how many bodies do you reckon are in there? And she went, you're actually not normal way of thinking. I can't look at lakes and shit and enjoy it without thinking something like that.
You never know.
If you had to get rid of a body, how would you do it? Feed it to the pigs.
Yeah.
And then bury the teeth.
You give
I thought
AJ
pigs eat
ideas.
everything.
What did you say, Angie?
Giving AJ ideas.
I thought you said give it to AJ.
What would be your perfect murder?
Mine.
I would use ice. I would use a shard of ice. I would sharpen a shard of ice, and I'd use that as a weapon, because then the ice would melt.
And there'd be no
They
DNA.
say water hides evidence.
Murder weapon.
Water can destroy evidence. I shouldn't be telling you guys this.
And then I'd get acid in a bath.
Lovely, AJ.
I wouldn't.
Phones, though.
I wouldn't unalive somebody.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't think there's anything anyone can do to me that is that bad that I would actually.
Ian Brady says, shall we?
No, I couldn't do it. I could probably do it like.
Please, give over. If there was a purge, you'd be straight out that door.
Who, me?
Yeah. Well,
I'll come to yours, Ange.
We'll be knocking at the door.
Baba Lucia and Jessie have a cup of tea with me and Ange.
We'll all hide behind Sheila.
No, but even if somebody done that to one of my members of family, I would rather them get arrested so they have to live every single day of their lives stuck in four walls. I think you're just giving them a quick way out. I would want to see them every day. I'd write letters every week and just torment them for the rest of my life.
I could do it.
Yeah.
I could do it with a GUN, but I couldn't do it with a. I couldn't.
To unalive someone, it's not as easy as you think it is. Do you know what I mean?
And imagine you're mental after you do that.
Yeah, I think the guilty conscience would eat me up, and I think I would be messed up from the guilty conscience. I think that would do me over more.
I feel like Val's going to have an interesting story of...
AJ, can I ask you a question? Say if you unalive someone by accident, would you cover it up or do you report it?
I think even if I tried to cover it up, I think my guilty conscience, I think I would eat myself up. I don't think I would sleep. I don't think I would eat. Like, I do the littlest things, and it impacts me like crazy, like mentally. Like, so I think if it did something so massively, I don't think I would be able to sleep or eat or anything.
I'd be scared it would get found out, and then I would report it, because then if it come out, they'd be like, "Why didn't you?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Me?
Yeah, you look like you didn't agree with it.
Well, it's too late. Not late now. She's buried.
Jayla!
I don't know. You wouldn't live with that, would you? I mean,
In the moment, it's
we're
different.
normal people.
In the moment, I think if you're anger takes over, it's a completely different scenario. But a week, a month down the line, when you're thinking straight, right.
Yeah. I don't know. Of course you'd report it, wouldn't you? Crazy.
All right, so you're going to be doing, what did we call it for Fridays?
Morbid Friday.
That's it. And I want you to wear a skeleton outfit.
Oh my goodness.
You've got to have a massive ego, though. Do you think you can get away with M in 2025?
Or you got told that you've got no remorse.
It can't be
What
easy.
about that Sarah Everlade?
And she's Corey in the box.
You might know about this, Georgia. The Sarah Everlade. You know that was unalived by a copper.
Everard.
Yeah, that was during lockdown, wasn't it?
Everard, is it? Yeah, lucky that bus driver had that that camera on his dash camera, didn't he?
Yeah, I wasn't job at the time, but when you joined, they talked to you about it.
Did you ever?
Obviously, I'm not going to talk about it. What?
Did you ever come across that guy? Was you working in the same force at the time?
No, I wasn't in the job at the time.
Oh.
I wasn't in the job when he was all through COVID, innit? And then I remember I started, because the process is such a long time. It took me years to be able to get in. And I started when COVID was kind of dying down. But I remember they said to us in the middle of the classroom, who's vaccinated and who isn't. And there was like 3 of us who wasn't. And we had to sit at the back. And I was infuriated by it. Like, they sat us at the back and like always took everybody who was vaccinated to other parts. And I just felt like embarrassed that I wasn't vaccinated. I thought it was going to be a requirement, but it wasn't. Did you get vaccinated?
No, I didn't.
I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't too.
Just think back how strongly they tried to force on us, and just look how
It's
far we
messed
don't
up
need
when
it
you
anymore.
think about it.
So we know the short-term, side effects. What about the long-term?
But we don't know.
Bloody vaping, innit?
No.
Oh, they're getting rid of disposable vapes now as well.
Yeah.
Couple of months.
Oh, that's when I first moved to London, when all the protests
Hi,
were going
Corey.
on.
Hello,
for
Beth.
COVID.
Angie's got her chewing gum, she'll be all right.
Yeah.
7 packs a day.
That beeping though is a PISS take, because I just went to the shop. They've literally got rid of all of them.
Yeah, that when you go in now, there's hardly any left.
You have
And they
the
didn't
disposable ones in, Corey.
Yeah, but my old man just sent me the one that he's got. So I've ordered them ones. You can still order them online. It's just they're getting rid of like the colourful packaging. Because obviously they don't want it to appeal into kids. But I don't see how a colourful vape is going to appeal into a child. I don't understand it, because if a kid wants a vape, they're going to want the vape for the vape.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and they're going to get their hands on it, because I don't mean to sound rude, right? But I just went on this website that my dad told me to order from, and all I had to do was just type in my date of birth.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I think
And it's being delivered on Sunday.
No, Corey, I think when they deliver it, though, they ask for
That's
ID.
what I do.
Oh, do they? All right, okay, fine.
How long have you been doing vapes?
I've only been doing it for about a year, but I had to cut down on my smoking, bro. I was going for like a pack 20 in like 2-3 days.
Do you not smoke
Yes.
at all?
I hardly smoke. I've had 1 cigarette today. I had 3 yesterday.
Yeah, but they say
That's how stressed I get.
You know those vapes? They say it's worse than smoking cigarettes.
I was just about to say that I smoke and I wouldn't touch the vapes. Like, I know smoking's disgusting and it's bad for you, but at least it's been studied.
And don't
Look at
forget,
that.
there's not a lot of scientific, evidence that it's better than cigarettes.
Oh, let's be honest, Angela. We're going to die of something, my love. We might as well go in a bang.
That's true.
But when you think people go on about my drinking, and I know drinking is the worst drug. The reason why it's the worst drug is, number one, it's legal. Number two, more people drink than they do smoke. That's why more people are unalive. And obviously, it has different side effects. You can unalive in that same day. With smoking, you're not going to do that. But however, smoking is also, a drug where people have an addiction to, lung cancer and all that kind of thing. But
You don't really drink a lot now, though, do you?
Well, I think drinking makes you stupid. I think that's the difference. And obviously, the side effects you can actually, alcohol poisoning and all those kind of things. But
If you look at my mother now, she's got alcoholic, alcohol something dementia. So currently she doesn't even know who any of us are.
Yeah.
And that's all brought on by, the last 30 odd years of drinking.
Yeah.
Then again, I guess you could say obesity has the same.
Obesity is the worst.
That's scary, that is.
Obesity puts more strain on the NHS than smoking and drinking.
Yeah, I think it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. You got all diabetes, so that's very high. You got heart attack, that's very high. Yeah.
I don't really see very many big people,
Oh, I do.
Yeah, but you're in London, aren't you?
basically.
Yeah, so very much I'd say it's outside. Obviously, there's big people in London as well.
All you have to do is go down my local town centre.
There's a sign when you're
There's
in London.
bigger
It says-
people in London as well.
It
I'd
says
say.
if you've got a big pack, get out.
I was going to mute.
You know what I think? I think big people should pay more taxes. Absolutely.
You're in the box
It's
with
very
well
important for
before
the
it.
NHS.
Oh, fuck it, Angie, why do this?
Hungry guy, are you calling me obese? Because I'm far from it.
No, ignore hungry guys. Absolute lemon.
People are agreeing with me. Look, 100%. Guys, I'm just kidding. You can say that about smoking and drinkers. Yeah.
Corey's lost loads of weight anyway. You're looking very handsome now, Corey.
Thank you very much, AJ.
Not
You
that
have
didn't look
genuinely.
before.
Oh, Angela, you know I'm handsome. You said that to me the other day. Stop lying.
Oh, God, are you spying on me, Corey?
No, you said it to me on the phone.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Was I conscious?
Yes, she was conscious. You were more than awake.
Oh,
Yeah, weight can be due to health. Obs.
yeah.
I had to lose mine because I was at high risk of diabetes and I was not doing that.
Was you?
Yeah.
Well, I got told I'm
Did you
overweight
get
when they're
told
done
that?
with BMI.
What age do you get told that you're at high risk of diabetes?
I was 17 and a half stone, but my dad does the tablet things, but my grandma, she was insulin. So when they were testing my blood sugar levels, obviously they were going high. So they were like, you were very, very close to being diabetic. So I was like, oh, well, how do I lose weight? And she went, well, go to the gym, change your lifestyle, blah, 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 blah. She said, there's Manjaro. She said, but obviously your BMI is slightly too low for us to prescribe you. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'll go private. So I did. I went private.
Yeah, see, I don't rate this Manjaro because
No, me neither.
I know, but I'm going to have an argument. I love it.
Yeah, but I've heard horror stories about it.
Yeah. How long you been on it, Corey?
Hi, pal.
I think it's been about 8-9 months now, bro. I need to stop it, though. I'm not gonna,
Continuously, yeah?
yeah, but I need to stop it.
Are you addicted
Yeah.
to it, Corey? Can you get addicted to it?
See, now this is the difficult part, right? So Christmas time, obviously, as you all know, my nan was very, very unwell. So I wanted to come off, because I knew it was going to be our last Christmas with her. So I wanted to come off Manjaro because she cooked like loads over the Christmas period. So I come off it, and I'm not joking you, Ange, I ate like a pig. I was
That's
finishing
what I'm
my
saying,
plate.
apparently.
Doesn't it
Your
shrink
big
your
balls
stomach?
don't.
So that's why.
No,
And then-
no, and that's the difficult part. Well, obviously, people have different Manjaro journeys, so you might get somebody else in the box that might say it different to me. But with me, it was just, well, when you're on Manjaro, you know, like if you go into Greg's and you can smell the pasties, you're like, oh, bugger, I'm not hungry, but I'll have a pasty. You don't get that on Manjaro. So the food hunger, you don't get at all.
yeah, because it shrinks your stomach.
It doesn't shrink your stomach. All it literally does is it suppresses the hunger, so you do not feel hungry at any point at all.
So when you eat, do you get really full?
as well, you know? Manjaro.
I think it's more like you've got to force yourself to eat, which is the dangerous part.
Yeah.
So like I went, I think it was about 5-6 days without eating.
Oh, it's the worst thing when you force yourself to eat. Oh,
I think
And then-
it is to
yeah.
do with the brain as well, because they're testing it on mice for people with drug addictions.
I think they
And
call it.
depression.
Oh, well, there we go. The comments are saying a food noise. Hello, Pearly Whirly.
Hello, besties. That's what I'm doing at the minute, forcing myself. I'm on putting the third Bakewell tart into us, and I'm having to force myself.
Yeah, of course you are.
You look good though, Pearl. You know, you look good, so stop it.
No, hey, there's no diet around these ways. I love my food too.
But I'm not going to lie, though. The worst thing about Manjaro is the POO.
Hey, I was listening to you before about how would you get rid of an unalived person. Is that what you was talking about?
yeah.
Right, can I tell you how I would get rid of one?
Tell them in your bird.
Oh
about-
God.
No.
This is lived
Freeze
experience.
them, but they went in the freezer, and then you know them machines what chops the trees down. What do you call them? Like the shredder things. I put them in
Wood
one
chipper.
there. Yeah, that's them, the wood chippers. And I put
Marvellous.
them in
There
one
you
of
go,
them.
Pearl. You'll have another court case now because they'll.
I've been thinking about this. I get a
No,
feeling.
I reckon she's already done it, Ange. I reckon somebody's going to find a cold case. They'll be listening to this right now and be like, oh,
No, honestly,
Pearl
that's how I
price.
would do it.
Yeah.
You mean it? Yes, and then feed them to the pigs. Well, I'm sorry, but listen, I've managed with the third. I'm on with the fourth and final Bakewell tart. It's a struggle, but I'm managing.
Is
I think
that
you
the
would
one with the
actually do
cherry
that,
on
though,
top?
Pearl.
I love
I
a cherry
hate it.
Bakewell.
Here, I'll show you.
Yes, a cherry Bakewell,
Not
isn't it?
the like the Asda's own make, but the nice deep filled full of jam. And they haven't got the cherry. I don't do cherries.
Oh, no, I love cherries.
I was going to put my camera on, but I can't be bothered.
Grandma would buy the 6 in a pack and I'd eat the cherries off the top and then she grabs
No.
them with a stick.
I don't like cherries. I tell you the only time I like cherries, you know, at Christmas time when you get the them chocolates, what you call them with the drink in. Liqueurs.
Oh, yeah.
If they've got a cherry in them. I'll eat it then, but depends how much drink's in them.
And Corey, they ain't even real cherries.
Hello, my Jay.
They are.
They ain't.
They are. They just cut up cherries. I went through a phase with these cherries, right? You know, you
No,
can get
if you saw a real cherry in Marks and Spencer's, does
Jay,
not
get in the
look
box.
No, I think they are real
the
cherries.
glazed cherry.
Yeah, I think they're just glazed with sugar or something. Is it?
Oh no, honest to God, you know you can get the glazed cherries for the cooking in the baking section. I would eat a tub of them, no problem.
What are they? I thought they were fake cherries.
Oh no, they're not.
Can you see? Look, they're full
Well,
of
how are
that
you still
one.
so tanned?
They're full
That's
of
more like a
They're
spoon.
the almond cherry cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no Bakewell, blackcurrant Bakewell tarts. They're lovely.
Hey,
Oh, it looks
now
like
have you seen my video I posted?
What have you done now?
No, out tomorrow.
Oh, no, I've never seen it. Can somebody play it?
I did I CC'd you in it. It's just a it was only a poster, like. But
I've just finished, sorry, as I'm ramming myself. I've just finished, so I was listening to you while I was cleaning up.
oh yeah, we're
Oh,
talking
ramming
about
yourself.
murder and all that.
We need to skip over what Pearl just said. Pearl just said she's been ramming herself.
I am. Honestly, I always am. I don't
You do look a bit moist, Pearl.
Well,
Take it down, girl. Woo!
big butt. Wait a minute, I got my glasses on.
Oh.
They're full of grace.
So I just put someone done it for me. The famous duo are back. Delusive, Angie, Pearl Price Saturday. Don't miss it.
See, everybody, she's missed us. I love it.
Are you going to do a meet-up
You
or
shit.
what?
And got back
I always
talking.
want to, but Angie won't.
Oh, we will do, Pearl. We will.
Oh no, and don't listen to her. I was on my way down to her and she made every excuse under the sun.
You weren't out coming on your way down, Corey.
I was on my way down. I had to go meet Dave in the end.
You were on your way down?
Yes, I was. I literally was like half an hour away from your house. So I grabbed Dave instead.
Oh, that was what. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. Even your mother was texting me. Making
Angie, as if you let him down when he was on his way.
Oh. What do we have to meet up again?
Didn't you have Talia the day before? Weren't that what happened?
I think I went out. I can't remember what happened.
I'm looking forward. I have to get my buzz balls in. And I've got my costume sorted, but we'll keep it short.
Oh, yes.
So what's this for tomorrow, is it?
Yes.
We're going falling. You're not even safe.
I am safe because I do my FYP and I come off.
You're not. You're getting in tomorrow night.
Absolutely not.
Corey, shut up.
What, you two drinking? Not a chance.
Corey, you will be there.
I will not be there.
Of course he will be there.
I will not be there.
He'll request and be like, why did you invite me?
No, absolutely not. Me and Delusive Jojo, we're going for food. We'll go for Chinese. Jojo, you meant to agree.
Look how we picked Delusive Jojo, the biggest gifter.
Chinese and
You see what is trying.
Oh, get a grip. I've got my own gifters. Thank you very much. Just eat your packet of crisps and choke.
For fuck's sake.
Manjaro needling your kid.
Sorry?
Corey, are you on your periods?
Me. I'm...
You're being fine with us all. We're being nice to you.
It was going so well.
I know why, because before we
Hey, Pearl, we were talking about the purge. You know, if there was a purge, would you get involved if there was a purge? I reckon Pearl will be the first one out. You know,
what's a purge?
Have you not seen the purge when it's legal to unalive people? It's a 24-hour law.
Oh, that's a question, Phil. If it was legal to... Thank you, Terence. If it was legal to unalive somebody, right, who would be your first person that you would go for? But they have to be on the app.
I couldn't. I'll tell you the truth, I couldn't. I couldn't hurt an animal. I couldn't, like...
Yeah, you would. You'll be straight up north to a farm, wouldn't you?
No, even so, no. Like, definitely not. I really couldn't.
Okay, not unalive. Make somebody disappear, never to be seen on the app again. Not unalived, but they delete their account, gone from the app, never.
Oh my Georgia, nobody actually bothers me that much where I would want to do that.
Really?
Really, honestly.
I'd have to pick out of 50.
Yeah.
Right. We are people on an app, right? Let's think about it. In the real life, if something was to happen, you deal with it. None of this TikTok shit where everybody knows about it, everybody's tuning in to watch. You get about your business, you sort it, it's done, right? And even then, you either shake hands and talk or you just go your separate ways. But on here, it's just people behind.
You know what though, Pearl? If there was a purge and you could unalive someone, I think last week you would be at my door.
No, definitely not.
Oh, I told you this on the phone. That's all Pearl kept on asking me was, is Angie okay? And this was when you two despised each other.
Yeah.
She was always asking me, is she all right?
Listen, Angie knows TikTok is TikTok. We've never, ever... I think everybody loved it when we went at it. But what I was trying to explain the other night was, the first time me and Angie went at it, we'd never had a friendship. That's the best way to thing it. We hadn't had a friendship. So the second time it come around, I was the one who stepped away because it was like arguing with my sister because we speak to each other on the phone every day. And we had a proper friendship. And even if it was just to listen in ear, Angie always has to listen, by the way, when I'm on the phone because nobody can get a word in edgeways. But anyways, and I used to miss our morning chats and like other little bits of talks that we had, so
Seeing you two is really cute. I think you should meet. And to
I
be
think
fair,
one day, definitely, absolutely.
we need a new clapper video with both of you two, and you should charge it $6.99. I would pay for that.
That would be nice.
Oh, is that who it is, Natalie? Thank you.
I said I would come down and book in for the weekend and we could have a weekend together, night out together. Yeah. Go for some food and I'd book in somewhere and you could come to wherever I was at, we'd book in together. But it's down to Angie, and then I'm going to drive all the way to London, and she say, and you can piss off, pop off, and F off.
No,
How long
we
is
will
the train?
arrange it.
Hayley, just to let you know, all of your
Hello.
location and personal
Right now.
details on your Facebook, you should probably private it before you set up a hateful FYP page. Just with lemon.
Dragger.
Oh, well, I'm excited for you two to meet up because I feel like when you fell out, listen, the app's the app, innit? Like, ain't that deep. We watch it for entertainment. But I was like, damn, we never even got a meet up.
It's not that deep, but it would be nice to meet up. Sorry, a mouthful again. I tell you, I'm always eating.
I want to go on
always
holiday with
ram
EQ again,
myself.
I do.
Eh?
Are you serious, Corey?
Yeah.
What?
Wait a minute. He means to drown her.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I want to go on holiday with EQ.
Really?
Corey, I
I
can't
want to
figure
take
you out.
I want to take her back to Portugal. Yeah.
I can see that happening, to tell you the truth.
Do you genuinely like her, Corey?
Yeah, he does.
I off the app, right? She's a totally different person.
Yeah, I've spoke to her off the app, and she was actually kind of sweet. To be fair, I know on the app she's like the devil, but off the app she was like kind of nice.
Yeah.
But can I just say to you, Corey, you're the same off the app as you're on the app.
That's a lie. It was only a couple of days ago you were telling all your viewers how nice I am off the app. Stop
If
lying
she
all
gets
the time,
EQ to
Angela.
Portugal, she won't be coming home.
Yes, she will be coming home.
Yeah, in a body bag.
No.
Happened, everyone was having such a lovely time.
Hey, sorry, Diane. You're going to Las Vegas, aren't you, Corey?
Yeah, and Greece.
I've just been on to Luke. Listen, if you're just going to Las Vegas, that's a lot of money in a short time. So just do Las Vegas. Forget about it.
No, I can do both, thank you. You don't tell me how much I make.
Sudabi's in Greece or something.
I wasn't telling you how much you made, but I was
How much I
saying
make?
a lot of money.
No, because if I come for a long weekend to Greece, and then I'll do, I was going to say I'll do Luke, but I suppose I will anyway. But, and then I'll go Vegas with Luke.
Yous know we want you to come out for the weekend, but...
Yeah, I'll come out for a long weekend. It's not even going to be that dear anyway, it's only Greece.
Are you all right, you braggy little Kent? Greece.
Where in Greece?
Yeah, I'm going to be like Shirley Valentine on the beach, with a little table and a flower and a glass.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Ange, have you ever been on holiday?
Oh,
Get me on a, yeah, well, I have done, but I don't like flying anymore. You know, the older you get, the more phobias you got, man.
Angie, why don't you come to the boxing in August?
Yeah, I might go, yeah.
That's a no.
Corey, I said I might go.
Right,
And I just said that's a no.
if you do, we're not in a hotel where everybody else is at. There's me, Chantel, Frankie and Amy, who you talk to, Luke the judge, and you.
And you're not going to come back if
And
you
we're in
go.
a house.
I end up in the bloody ring.
They're trying to.
If you
pull the
do,
wool over
Trying
you.
to trap me.
If you do, your ticket's paid for if you want to go.
Yeah. You're not going to all jump on me, are you, Pearl? Like,
Piss off, Angie.
I'll be there, Angela. I'll be there. I'll protect you, don't worry.
You weren't invited. Come in. No,
Right,
and
you're
you've just
a
got to share a
boring
room with Luke.
What are you on about? I'm already going to the boxing, Ziana. You're not invited to anywhere because you're going to
Yes,
steal all the
she's in the
press.
room.
Hey, your ticket's sorted and all, Corey, as Luke told you.
For what? The boxing?
The boxing.
I don't need the tickets. I'm Booyaka and Ghost.
No, I've been talking on the WhatsApp, on the phone or the WhatsApp with Randy Roofer, Lewis today. So then Luke come in the call. Me and Luke has got one table and it's free. So we've got 10 tickets. Then I said, I think we might need 3 tables, Lewis. And he said, listen, seeing as it's you and Luke got 3 tables between yous, everybody else who wants them second tables can be half price. But like, obviously we're all on the table, but like your tickets is free.
Oh, fabulous. There we go then.
There you go.
AJ, you coming with me, babes?
But you don't have to knock the box off anybody. It's free already.
Is your date, Corey?
Yeah, it's my date, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Luke's not going to know what way to
Okay,
look,
cool.
Corey or Andy.
Send over the invoice, love, and I'll get it paid.
yeah, I said I might go, guys. Don't pressurise me. I'll have all my haters waiting for me. I definitely have to.
Angie, I swear on my kids, and you know, if I take this oath, I meant on my grandbaby's life, you will have the best weekend ever. Nobody will be saying anything or doing anything.
No, I'm only kidding. I know.
Well, I promise you.
Yeah, I know.
It's protection.
I swear to God, listen, on everything in this world I love,
I know,
nobody will be saying
kidding.
anything.
Yeah,
And she gives me.
There's not going to be any trouble there anyway. There's loads of us there. It's not going to be any.